yeah, I ball. Zone beats, boy.
Subscribe to Kiwi Box. That's the one. Yeah.
Post-fight review time. I've just managed to catch a copy of the fight. It looks a hell of a lot different on YouTube than it does live, I tell you that. When I was watching live, I thought he could have used his jab a lot better, going up and down with it to bring that guard down. It didn't look like he was effectively going to the body live. Looked like he was throwing a lot of low blows, but yeah, like I say, watching the replay of it, there was a few borderline shots there. There was one in particular that was low as, and Flores didn't take any time to recover from it, which I think was a bad move. The ref did warn Joe a couple of times about blows being too low, but it's an old school trick. Flores had a very good high guard, and Joe was fighting to the referee, showing some mongrel that we needed to see. We hadn't seen it in his last few fights, and he paid the price for it. So he's learned, you got to fight to the referee, do what you got to do to win, and he did so. I'm actually a little bit surprised the ref didn't dock him a point for consistently throwing shots low, but that's on a home referee. Rebels John Conway is a New Zealand referee. He's a pretty decent referee, but yeah, he should have been docking Joe a point after 2 warnings. But anyways, it wouldn't have made a difference anyway. Alexander Flores made the big mistake when there was a borderline shot of trying to stick his head up and complain to the referee. He wasn't protecting himself at all times, and Joe caught him with a good right hand as soon as he stuck his head up to complain. So Flores has some lessons to learn as well. But all in all, I was glad to see some mongrel coming out of Joe, and he's moving onwards and upwards. So 3rd round knockout for Joseph Parker, the statement he needed, and he moves on. Where to next? Who knows? Maybe a Lucas Brown, maybe the loser of the Derek Chisora versus Dillian White fight. Maybe he'll head to the States and fight a top ranked fighter. Pulev's now signed with Top Rank. There's Bryant Jennings there as well. He has a fight early next year though against Oscar Rivas, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, pretty good fight really. Could have been a bit better opponent, but like I've said in the past, Joe's got a bit of a pass from me after taking 2 losses in some very hard fights. But it was great to see him back fighting in New Zealand. Also, other heavyweights on the card were Junior Farr against Rogelio Omar Rossi. As soon as I saw them in the weigh-in, I thought to myself, geez, this Rossi guy is going to get blown out. He's not 6'6", he's about 6'3", so BoxRec's got that wrong. He's a bit of a flabby looking mess, you know, a cruiserweight who's tried to put on weight to be competitive at heavyweight, but he just looks like a flabby mess. And Junior took care of him in under half a round, so hopefully we get to see Junior step up. It seems he's on top of his health problems now. He's looking really good. And like Kevin Barry said in the post-fight interviews, he says to the media that people shouldn't be mentioning Junior Farr and Joseph Parker in the same sentence until Junior Farr steps up and tests himself. So to a degree he's right, but to a degree I think he's being disrespectful at the same time. Junior Farr did beat Joseph Parker twice in the amateurs. Parker beat him twice as well. they have a score to settle, and after Junior 1 he said whenever Joe's ready, I'm ready. So we'll see. I guess it'll be good to see Junior Fari get somebody like Lucas Brown. Would definitely improve his stock enough for him to be fighting Joseph Parker if he can take care of business. So Lucas Brown called out both Joseph Parker and Junior Far. I want to see Junior Far fight Lucas Brown. I do want to see Joe fight Lucas Brown as well, but I'd prefer Junior to get the opportunity. Joe's got plenty of opportunities, and I think Lucas is the prime candidate for the step up that Kevin Barry was talking about. Also on the card was the debut of the beast Manu Vatuvai, and he absolutely boosted Dave Latali, the brown butterbean. Cleaned him out easy in the first round. Dave Latali come out aggressive as he always does, but he paid the price. It seems Monty Beetham's been doing some good training with Manu Vatuvai, and he's actually looking like a boxer now. So compared to his first corporate belt against what was his name, the guy Murray, the rower, can't remember off the top of my head, sorry. He looks a hell of a lot more polished. So it seems like he's going to be more interested in boxing than league. That's rugby league. So maybe the league will get put on the back burner for a little while, and Manu Vatuvai will start out as a prospect, a few fights to pad his record, as they always do, and maybe move up in class. But yeah, interested to see where they all go. We also had Bowen Morgan and Andre Mikhailovich, both having reasonably straightforward wins as well on the card, and there was a couple of fights at the start that I missed. There was a women's fight that was pretty competitive, probably the most competitive fight on the whole card that I saw. I missed the first couple of fights because I was hanging around waiting for Joe to turn up. He was running late so I could get the meet and greet that my missus won on the radio station. So it was what it was, but we did get to meet him, got some photos with him, both myself and my partner, and I got that little intro on the start. So it was awesome to meet Joe in person. My missus and I did get media passes, but one security guard in particular wasn't letting me into the tunnels like the rest of the media, even though I had the media pass. So I didn't get all the interviews I wanted to post-fight and whatnot, but at the same time, my missus wasn't too interested in getting into the tunnels and kicking around down there, so I didn't want to leave her up in the bleachers too long. I enjoyed the weekend though. It was an awesome trip. I'm still going through a whole lot of video and pictures and whatnot, so I'll get a video out later on in the week of a whole compilation of the whole trip, of short clips and whatnot and pictures, and so there's a bit of a document of it, and I'll also send a copy of that to the Rock radio station if they want it. But yeah, once again, a big thank you to the Rock radio station for hooking me up for the trip down to Christchurch for the weekend. And yeah, it was awesome event to attend. Could have had a little bit better opponents on the cards. There was lots of mixed matches, but it was great to see the guys out and active, and good to see Joe back in New Zealand again too. So let us know what you thought of the event itself. We'll get some conversation going. Don't forget to give me the thumbs up if you've enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you in the next one. Big Boys Boxing, formerly known as Kiwi Box. We out. See
Zone beats, boy.